She's a co-founder for the Oxygen Park. So she will deliver her talk entitled Mitigation of Adverse Effects of Climate Change, a Way Forward. Okay, thank you. The floor is yours.
Yeah. I think this battery, can I start? Yeah. Okay, good afternoon everyone. I'm Wing Commander Anjali. I'm a veteran from the Indian Air Force and I have served for that prestigious organization for more than 2 decades. Prior to that, I did my graduation, the bachelor's and the master's in environmental sciences, and I had worked for various projects on the mitigation of climate, on the impact assessments. And it was very close to my heart, my golden days, golden time. Thereafter, I think COVID-19, ladies and gentlemen, has shown all of us the fact of the life, the actual face of it. And during that time, I was working with a leading mining company in my country. Everything was good. It was good. It was really good for my pocket. But there was something missing in my heart. And it made me realize, probably, who am I and why am I? And it took me back to my old golden days, wherein I was working for the sustainability of the environment. The very next day, I decided to quit that job and work towards the environmental sustainability under my own company, own ambit of my company, the umbrella called O2 Park. And we call it as we are the O2 generators. And we call it O2 My Adda. It's a place where we all can stay happily. So, going ahead, in a short span of time of less than 2 years after the incorporation of my company, we've been able to gauge good projects on the sustainability of environment and economy. We are working for the S2E2 model. S2E2 model is the self-sustainable environment and economy. It goes hand in hand. We are having certain projects on mitigation of adverse effect of climatic change in the UAE. We have presented some papers and it's going to work out in the coming COP 28, which is in progress by this month end. And we are working on some sustainability projects for Saudi. Internationally, few more projects are lined up. However, within our country, the most important thing which I feel is very close to my heart is my sustainability project for cows. We call it as Gaushalas. It's the rehabilitation center for cows. And we are working on the sustainability of fodder for cows. So there's few such projects. Apart from this, we are also working in the energy sector. We have certain CBG plant, the biogas plants, the CNG plants under progress, which are under construction. The pellets and the biochar work also we have undertaken, which is in progress. We give the solution from start to end, that is from plantation up to the end-to-end solution till the market. And what product is to be made, we take the market, we bring the market closer to the grower or to the person who is producing it. So this is what we are doing. It's a gist of it. However, I'm here to interact with all of you on certain mitigation on the effects of climate change here in Malaysia. So, I think you can correlate with these pictures. I don't have to speak much. They're the recent floods of Malaysia. Very sad state. And the rising temperature, the erratic rainfall, precipitation, very different and extreme weather phenomena and severe floods have become a part and parcel of Malaysia. It is disrupting the community. The deforestation and loss of biodiversity is again topping it up. Plus the human activities, whether you call it for industries or any other purposes, is playing havoc. So we here need to check ourselves right now and work on the S2E2 model, where we need to protect the environment, we need to enhance the economy while keeping the social vision in hand. So we have to foster this and move forward systematically. What can you see on the screen? I'll just keep it interactive. I'm not going to give you bump data and all that. I'm not going to flash so many thousand tons and so many thousand crores and all that, because it's all said and done. It's very easy said than done. So I'm just going to interact. What can you see on the screen? Can anybody tell? Yeah? Greenery, absolutely. Oxygen, very rightly said. You know, this is how, it's a high five. So this is the oxygen generator. What I see here, oxygen generator. I see a long lasting carbon sink. I see a vigorous grass. Now you'll tell me, grass? Yes, bamboo is a grass. It's not a plant. It's a hardy grass. And I see this growing in any adverse condition. It produces, why I call it an O2 generator? Because it produces 30 to 35% more oxygen. Why I call it as a carbon sink? You must be knowing what is the age of a bamboo plant? Anyone? 75 years to 100 years. This is what is the life of bamboo plant, bamboo tree. And the more you cut it, the more it grows. The more you cut it, the more it grows. So, it is a huge carbon sink. It sequesters, it absorbs the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and keeps it in the soil, maintains it in the soil. And this is what is not only protecting your environment, but also giving addition to your pocket by carbon credits. Now, the very important aspect of bamboo is in aid in the formation of soil. It can grow, like you must have heard about Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Everyone is aware of it? Yes. And which is the first plant species to grow thereafter? Bamboo. Yes, absolutely right. So bamboo shoot was the first one to be seen there green after that tragedy. And it can enter, survive, and it has a foothold. And it is so hospitable that it makes other species, other seedlings, other organisms, it allows, it welcomes, and it allows them to grow with it. So the tenacious root system captures, it protects the soil erosion, it holds on to the soil. The soil, even if it is a barren land, if the topsoil is not there, it's washed off, bamboo is capable to replenish that, to regenerate it. It is that beautiful a plant, a species. The other part is the rhizome. The rhizome also contributes in the humus. Every part of the bamboo contributes in something, some positive thing, some formation. It allows the soil to form, the humus also adds on to that. The leaves, when it drops, that also gives the soil to form. The superficial soil gets richer and richer in nutrient and healthier. It allows the microorganisms to grow within it. And the soil remediation, some species of bamboo are also they have the phytoremediation qualities. They absorb all the bad effects, the pollutants, the chemicals, the heavy metals, and this allows it to store in the soil. So this also contributes to the soil credit. Flood prevention, I think it's very, very important for Malaysia to understand this. Check it right now. And it's becoming very frequent and very, very disturbing. I'm not saying that only bamboo, plantation bamboo will prevent the flooding or prevent the complete condition. There are a lot of other things which need to add on apart from the technology. Along with the technology, the plantation of bamboo will definitely aid, because the dense canopy which it has, it allows to stop the water directly to fall in the soil. So it protects the runoff and the flash flooding, which happens because of the breaking of the soil or the immediate soil erosion. It has the capacity to absorb the root, the stem, the leaves. They all act as sponges. They are so porous that it can absorb the excessive water if it is there. So that aids on to the flood protection. It stabilizes the soil because it prevents the soil erosion. It is also a natural, the root of the plant is not a natural filter. It acts as a natural filter. Now if it absorbs the water and it absorbs the nutrients which are there in the water. Why I am saying this nutrients? There is a process called eutrophication. Is the algal bloom. So if a water body is there, a lot of algal bloom or things are going. When we plant bamboo, it absorbs those excessive nutrients which are not required for these kind of algal blooms and the stagnation of water. So it allows the free flow, it channelizes the water and it prevents this landslide. And same works for the coastal erosion, and the wave energy which hits the coast while getting back is absorbed by the thick canopy or the stems of the bamboo. So that helps in coastal not to get washed off, and as such it's very hardy and adaptable to any saline conditions for the growth. Okay, this slide I think again people can make out. Malaysia can very well make out. It's a water everywhere, no water to drink. Am I right?
Yes.
So people have been talking here, there's so much of water in Malaysia, but actually there's no water to drink. But when we plant bamboo, as I mentioned, the roots are natural filters. They absorb those chemicals, the impurity from the water and give out the pure water. It acts like a filtration plant. Secondly, it does not allow the sedimentations to go in the river. The riparian bed is saved because of that. All these things amount to a improvement in the quality of water. Reduction in temperature. Do it. Why bamboo? You plant here any forest will reduce the temperature. Why bamboo? Okay, I'll tell. First of all, bamboo is, the more you cut it, the more it grows. The more you cut it, the more it grows. So when you plant it in some kind of a graphical manner, in 5 feet, 12 feet, 10 feet distances, and the grooves what is made, it gives a lot of shade. Shading causes cooling effect. So it reduces the temperature. Over and above, the bamboo transpires throughout its body. It's not only the leaf of the bamboo transpires as in other plants and trees, the complete body of the bamboo transpires. So it actively participates in evapotranspiration process and thus gives the more cooling effect to the surrounding climate. Carbon sequestration, as I already brought out, it's a carbon sink. So absorbing carbon dioxide is one way of reducing the temperature. There's a lot of GHG emissions, greenhouse gases emissions by our industries, by the ACs which we use, by appliances we use. So all these things are absorbed by bamboo. So as such, the temperature comes down and indirectly it contributes to the reduction in temperature, the overall reduction of the temperature. The wind break patterns. The heat, the heavy winds with heat, when it comes, it has the capacity to break that heated winds to enter inside if we are planting it in a periphery or in a planned manner. So it absorbs it and it allows only the cool air to pass in because other processes are attached to it. And finally, it involves in the ecosystem regulation. How temperature is regulated by ecosystem? Because one organism is dependent on the other organism, and that's how when we are supporting each other's cause, it is automatically reducing the temperature. So this brings at least 5 degrees to 15 degrees capability to reduce the temperature, depending upon how we are planning it. So now I don't have to actually explain, already what I have said speaks much about the ambient air quality. Malaysia faces lot of spells of bad air quality. It is always in the news. So with bamboo plantation, planned way, we can improve the air quality index. The details are already flashed. Now development of integral ecosystem. I don't think I need to explain this because it's it is taking the carbon from the atmosphere, it is releasing the oxygen, and it is allowing all the other creatures to grow there, so the natural ecosystem is maintained. Now, Jivo Jiva se Jivanam. I don't think you will understand. People who understand Hindi probably will know. The life of one, the well-being of one organism is the well-being of the other organism. We must have read the web cycle. So web cycle is very important for every individual to grow, and the person, the individual, the organism which is on the top of the web cycle is the survival of the fittest. Yes, am I correct? So this is what is Jivo Jiva se Jivanam, and bamboo has got complete quality to help out in habitat provision, the food source for most of the species, organisms, insects, animals, nesting and breeding sites, biodiversity hotspot. You can call any bamboo forest to be the biodiversity hotspot. It has the ecological connectivity and various varieties of insects you can see in this particular forest. After all, what we need, along with our heavy pockets, we need peace of mind, we need a body which is stress-free, we need a good night's sleep. Yes? So what bamboo can give you? It says that when you breathe purified air, when you are staying in a noise-free pocket, as we are here in a beautiful resort, which is made up of the natural structure, bamboo, noise-free. So we feel so peace, so good. There's a lot of screeching things here. Reduced temperature. We do not need AC. We can be cool and calm in the natural bamboo climate. Water management, as already brought out, a good water management with bamboo. Lot of biodiversity, sustainable resource provision, and recreation and aesthetic value. Now this recreation and aesthetic value, even I am doing with O2. I am making the natural habitat. The name of my projects are The Natural Habitat, where I use the vernacular items, bamboo, mud, and all such stones and all the items which are locally available to construct the infrastructure. Not with the concrete, cement, iron, steel and all. So, the end of the day, you need a peaceful sleep, what you can get from the bamboo plantation. Lot of steps Malaysian government has taken, and it has moved ahead quite a bit. It has even collaborated with the international agencies, UNFCCC, REDD+, and it's actually commendable, very, very appreciable that Malaysian government is moving ahead with the mitigation of climatic effects. But here I would like to bring out that it cannot be alone done by the government. It needs a constant effort from the community as well. The people down the line must understand and realize the importance why we should have the best of the environment along with the economy, definitely. And then need be the assistance from the professional agencies who can foster such kind of a S2E2 model, self-sustainable environment and economy model. This can happen only this thing. As of now, I could see Malaysia is ranking 27th in the global competitiveness index. And with sustained efforts, we can get the best output, the desired outcome, and we can definitely compete to one of the best for the GCI index. So I wish Malaysia all the very best, and whatever support which we can offer from Oxygen Park, we are there to offer. Any questions, I am open to answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Commander Anjali. We keep the question